can be used as identification. I have went through that, right, already. You have it here. Philly City ID costs $5 for someone 13 to 17, $10 for someone 18 to 64, and it's free for seniors, anyone that is above the age of 65 and older. Right? You have various forms of identifications, right? A passport, identification card, veteran, SEPTA key, senior ID, U.S. or foreign driver's license. High school or college ID card. It says counselor identification card. It says residents must be proven one of these, which you have here: utility, bank statement, current lease, pay stub, letter from the hospital or shelter, or social services. So of course, a lot of these various programs are going to, they have various contracts to help push the acceptance of this identification card. I was reading about this Broad Street Ministries, some prevention point. That may be, of course, the prevention point may be some type of drug prevention program and such. But substance abuse or behavior health thing. But slack you if I'm wrong about that. But I'll cover that in maybe a future lesson. All right, so let's go into some more scriptures. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter in the Apocrypha, chapter, I believe this is chapter 12, and I am at verse, I'm going to start at actually verse 8. It says, a friend cannot be known in prosperity, and the enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. All right, so this is chakama, this is sound wisdom. All right, because in prosperity, all right, that of course, you have it where all your people of course love you, and then you're doing good. They're part of your so-called entourage and such. They want to be your pals and such. Your wee pals. So it's good. But you have it where an enemy cannot be known, or cannot be hidden in adversity. All right, because within adversity, it's going to be shown. All right, who's your real friends and who's not. Who's going to stand a test. All right, which is within adversity, which going into the word for adversity, basically tazarah, distress, difficulty, misfortune, all right, bad luck, and it's not talking about that, trouble or tazarah, hardship, distress, all right. So this is adversity, all right, and we know that, of course, that the so-called white man, he's being revealed because he's in straits right now. All right, the new. All right, he's in straits. Let me see. It's in the book of Job. Let's see if I can get a scripture really quick. We are at the end of the so-called white man's rulership. So, because of that, he's being revealed for being the devil. And it's true, you can show him, and he's Satan, Shaitan, is being shown day in and day out. Let me see if I kind of get the scripture at this time. May have to, of course, go into my physical scriptures. Give me a wee moment. All right, this is going to be the book of Job, chapter 18. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says here that, yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. It says the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. It says the steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. All right, and you have it here that, at this time, the steps, all right, and the strength of the so-called white man is being straightened. It's in a position of difficulty. You could see by the government who, of course, the Brexit over in the EU. You have it, of course, within the American government with the House of Representatives, the Senate, all right, the executive branch with Donald Trump and such, with this whole border crisis and such, you know. The Lord has this place, the infrastructure going down and all that. This place is in straits, all right, the economy, okay. You know, this place being within all the heavy debt and such. Okay, so the Lord has this place going down, right? Just Slakia for going on. It was actual another scripture which I had, but this, it doesn't fit this this particular spirit I'm in right now, so I'm gonna use this scripture. But this is it though. But the light, of course, of the light shall be dark in his tabernacle in his house, and you can see it. To see all this, his light, which is darkness, is being put out, is being shed with the true light. All right, of course, the men of the Lord, and this truth. Okay, because we know that the so-called white man, he of course puts what. Nothing but light for darkness and such, which I'll get that real quick. This is the book of Isaiah 5 and 20, and it says here, and actually I should start, I should go to I could start here. Isaiah 5 and 20, it says, woe means destruction unto them that cast, or that call, Slakia, woe unto them that call evil for good, or evil good, Slakia, and good evil, right? Which they call it, of course, homosexual is good, right? And of course, they found, of course, here that rebuke homosexuals. You have it where women shouldn't, of course, usurp authority over man. They have women liberation. That's all found as good, but it's adverse to what's written in Scripture, the proper order in the Scriptures. All right, you have, righteousness should be held in a great standard and such, and should be the measuring stick of everything, but it's just wickedness just put, up by the Esau Edom, so-called white man. It says, put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. All right? So woe unto them. Okay, and this is what the so-called white man does through his secret council, his Illuminati and such. The Lord is putting them out, and of course shining light, which we know who these people are. These elites, all right, these Rothschild, Rockefellers, DuPonts, and all these various banking families, those up in the higher echelon, these Masons, etc., etc. All right, this is gonna be book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. It says, for the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai shall bring every work into Mashaphat. All right, judgment. It says Mashapat. Yeah, judgment. It says with every secret thing, whether it be good or evil, or whether it be evil, Slakia. It says here, whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not, or which evil is bad time, shall not depart from his house. And you have it where, the so-called white man has done that. Rewardeth, if you, of course, accept LGBT teaching, and you accept, all types of abominations, you're blessed. Okay, you have these various churches and such, which is, they are just nothing but wicked, and they promote the wrong false doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem. They don't have the council of Yahweh B'Shem. They have the council of the so-called white man. That's put up, and they reward them with money. All right, that's why the Lord's gonna destroy them all. All right, and this is all because of so-called white men. All right, in this place under gross darkness. This is Isaiah 60 and 2. It says, behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But Yahweh shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. And it's definitely being shown upon the elect, which are shining the new with this truth, exposing the so-called white man for what he is, which is he's a devil, all right, deceiver, and he's trapping up our people with these various forms, the identification, which ultimately he wants to RFID microchip within the bodies of all the inhabitants of the earth. All right, so that's the real plan, and he's just getting of course our people to show up, all right, at these different places, to get these IDs, because ultimately they want people to show up to get this RFID microchip. All people, whether they're free or bond, rich or poor, etc., etc. All right, which I'm gonna go to this other scriptures precept I had, which was here, Psalms 44:11. It said, "Thou hast given us like sheep appointed for meat, and hast scattered us among the heathen." Also, it's written here somewhere in the scriptures, we're counted as what? Sheep for slaughter. All right, and that's what the so-called white man, he wants to, of course, put you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans to death. Which he wants you to have a chip. He don't want you to follow Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, he didn't care if you are what, legal or illegal. He wants you. Simple as that. All right, going back, it says here in the scriptures, never to trust thine enemy, for like iron rusted source is wickedness. All right, it says here that for one that, this is actually verse 13, 12, Ecclesiastes, cuss or socket, 12 and 13. It says, "Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?" A serpent is a so-called white man. All right, for it says, "Are any as come nigh or near wild beasts." All right, it says, "So one that goeth to a sinner that is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?" It says, "For a while he will abide with thee, but if he begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagines how to throw thee in a pit, and he will weep with his eyes. But if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." All right, it says that the adversary come upon thee, thou shalt find him there fast, and though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. Right. So you gotta watch out by these various snares, which is for undermine, which is you have it here, to sabotage, weaken, and the thesaurus I got here, to dig, excavate beneath, erode. That's basically just to ruin you, but I'll go into that word another time, deeper, but you have it, the so-called white man's the devil, so you have to watch it by these things, all right, which is just, setting you, Jake, to test you, Jake. Let's see, if we offer this ID, see how quick they come and get it. That's going to be how the same thing's going to happen when they issue this RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, it gets you to, of course, be able to access all these various service and city things, and government things, etc., travel, etc., buy, sell, everything. All right, so with that, I'm just gonna close out, because I was going into Recha at this end of this lesson. Hopefully you're edified. Philadelphia begins issuing residents municipal photo IDs. All right, so evidence, to residents, all right, who may not have easy access, all right, to these state issue identification cards. Watch out for the snares and gins of the devil. He's your enemy. All right, I'll repeat. It says the proud, Psalms 40 and 5. It says the proud have hid a snare for me, in cords they have spread a net by the wayside. Right, and they have set gins for me, Salah. All right, wayside, yad, power. All right, Slaki. With that, hopefully edify. Shalom to the election. Shalom.